And here we continue our series of holidays we celebrate in the U.S. with Veterans Day upcoming on November 11th. Another short episode for you today. First, Kettle on Fire wants to give you 10% off to try all their bone broths and soups and whatever. And actually, it doesn't even have to be your first time trying it. You can keep going back to them. They will give you 10% off your order with code BETTERHUMANHOOD. So go to kettleandfire.com. Use code BETTERHUMANHOOD at checkout for 10% off. Let's do the show.
Welcome to Better Humanhood, where we build a better world by building better people. We have to live on the planet and we have to live with other people. We have conversations about making that a wonderful proposition.
Yeah, there's not a lot of waffling on Veterans Day like there was with Flag Day. We didn't have to take a long trek to get to Veterans Day like we did with Memorial Day. Not a lot of competing holidays around it. And not to be confused with Memorial Day, which celebrates our deceased soldiers. Veterans Day began as Armistice Day, celebrating World War I veterans, November 11th, 1919. So it's been 100 years. In 1954, President Eisenhower changed the name to Veterans Day and made it a celebration of all veterans, not just World War I vets. 1968, Congress passed the Uniform Holidays Bill, moved it to the fourth Monday in October, when the law went into effect in 1971. That's why we have all these Monday holidays, but this one changed. President Ford moved it back to November 11th in 1975. Not a whole lot of hemming and hawing over stuff, except now we know, with the Uniform Holidays Bill, why most holidays give us a 3-day weekend or a 4-day weekend in the case of Thanksgiving, but Veterans Day is the one that can totally mess up your week. Given the meaning of Veterans Day, maybe it should interrupt what you're doing and get you thinking a little bit. From the History Channel, Veterans Day originated as Armistice Day, November 11th, 1919, the first anniversary of the end of World War I. Congress passed a resolution in 1926 for an annual observance, and November 11th became a national holiday beginning in 1938. Unlike Memorial Day, Veterans Day pays tribute to all American veterans, living or dead, but especially gives thanks to living veterans who served the country honorably during war or peacetime. In Britain, 2 minutes of silence are observed at 11 a.m. on November 11th each year. Remember, this was Armistice Day. This was initially celebrating the end, or commemorating the end, of World War I. So this isn't just a U.S. commemoration. Here is what President Woodrow Wilson said to America declaring Armistice Day, November 11th, 1919. Remember, it's the 1-year anniversary at the end of World War I. A year ago today, our enemies laid down their arms in accordance with an armistice which rendered them impotent to renew hostilities, gave to the world an assured opportunity to reconstruct its shattered order, and to work out in peace a new and juster set of international relations. The soldiers and people of the European Allies had fought and endured for more than 4 years to uphold the barrier of civilization against the aggressions of armed force. We ourselves had been in the conflict something more than a year and a half, we being the United States. With splendid forgetfulness of mere personal concerns, we remodeled our industries, concentrated our financial resources, increased our agricultural output, and assembled a great army, so that at the last our power was a decisive factor in the victory. We were able to bring the vast resources, material, and morale of a great and free people to the assistance of our associates in Europe who had suffered and sacrificed without limit in the cause for which we fought. Out of this victory, there arose new possibilities of political freedom and economic concert. The war showed us the strength of great nations acting together for high purposes. The victory of arms foretells the enduring conquests which can be made in peace when nations act justly and in furtherance of the common interests of man. To us in America, the reflections of Armistice Day will be filled with solemn pride and the heroism of those who died in the country's service, and with gratitude for the victory, both because of the thing from which it has freed us, and because of the opportunity it has given America to show her sympathy with peace and justice in the Council of Nations. It was before the UN had been formed. And here military.com outlines the differences between Veterans Day and Memorial Day. Memorial Day honors service members who died in service to their country or as a result of injuries incurred during battle. Deceased veterans are also remembered on Veterans Day, but the day is set aside to thank and honor living veterans who served honorably in the military in wartime or peacetime. So with that, if you've served or are serving, thank you. And if you lost somebody in service to our country, thank you for your sacrifice. Hope you have a peaceful day, and I hope you be what you will to be. We will see you next time.
Thank you for listening. Get show notes and more at betterhumanhood.com. Leave us a rating and review wherever you listen to podcasts. And have yourself a wonderful day.